Here we are in the basement. We'll start with a quick prayer. Well, God, thank you for this opportunity we have to get together and exercise. Help us to be, again, some more encouragement for us. Help us to stay on a pattern of exercise, even if we can't get together to do that, that we can be virtually together. Help us to maintain connections, and that helps us physically, but probably even more importantly, it helps us mentally through life, through everything that's going on. And just help us to get some good benefits and to be safe as we do this exercise, and help all of our little people to be asleep as we go through it. In your son Jesus Christ, amen. All right, so we'll just start with the jogging place. All right, little timer going. So what we have for this workout is we have our living room. Well, this is our downstairs little basement room. This is our guest room. See the bed? This is our entertainment room. We got a little couch over here. This is our playroom. It's got little toys over on this side. It is definitely multi-purpose. All right, but it's the farthest we can get away from our little ones. All right, so Anna's sleeping, Hope is sleeping, and we got the monitor over here that's gonna make you just kind of a bit of background noise. You may not hear it, but what we can. No, it's fine. We need to be able to hear her. All right, let's try some jumping jacks. All right, so we are exercising in this little space here, and you may have similar things going on at your house. You're gonna find a little corner that you need to work out in. All right, we're gonna be doing, I think this workout is called book work. We're gonna do some book work. All right, so what you need to do, I guess before we get too far, go get some books. I'll try to put that in the description. All right, keep doing jumping jacks.
Sorry.
All right, so you're looking for some big, heavy-ish books. All right, so we've got some hardback here. Sarah's gonna be working with some larger paperback books. We got complete physical education plans for grades K through 12, and we've got prescription for nutritional healing. So Sarah's gonna be working with here. I've got a strong, exhaustive concordance of the Bible. That's a nice one. Strong, get it? I'm gonna do strong stuff. All right, and then I got child development and advanced fitness assessment and exercise prescription. I'm gonna hold both those at the same time just to get a little bit more out of it. All right, so we've got our books to do our exercises with here. I feel like I'm kind of pushing you up, but this is kind of the way the room's set up. I'll try to take my spot over here.
That rug's gonna slip though.
It is what it is, right?
It is what it is.
Adapt and overcome. Adapt and overcome. Keep the pattern going. This exercise, this regular habit here of exercise is certainly physically beneficial. What?
Going down.
You following?
Yeah.
Certainly physically beneficial there. But I think even more is hitting these workouts regularly is going to be mentally helpful. That you have something positive, you're moving forward in something, and chemically in our body, exercise does some really good stuff for our brains there. All right, so this is a regular pattern of exercise is going to be really helpful for that. All right, should I just preview the exercises?
Sure.
Maybe I will real quick while
I don't know what they are.
we're warming up here. I feel like I should warm up too though, so I'm torn. All right, so what we've got is, we grab our books. Start off with, we're going to do side raise. We got 1 minute of side raise. You want to make it tougher, don't go all the way down. All right, then we've got 1 minute tipping forward, a back fly. All right, so try to hit Sarah. Right in here. All right, so we got 1 minute of that one. Then we have some tap backs. You can include the books or not include the books, but you're doing a tap back and come back up. All right, right in there, same leg for a minute, the other leg for a minute. And we have the plank triceps. All right, so you pick your favorite book right there. I'm gonna go with the Strongs. All right, and you can see me here, hopefully you can. I'm here, and I'm doing a plank with a tricep kickback. If you wanna make it tougher, don't go all the way back down. You need to drop to knees. So we got one side and the other side. So most likely you may want to do like half from your toes, half from your knees for one side, then half from your toes, half from your knees the other side. All right, and then we have reach out abs. So we're gonna lay down in here. We're gonna reach out and come back in. So we're gonna try to kick a leg out, pull back in, kick the leg out, pull back in, right in there. And then we have a tempo squat. Again, you can bring your full stack of books back in if you'd like. All right, we're gonna be going down. We're gonna be going a little bit up, back down, back up. We're gonna play around with it a little bit, all right? And so we're gonna try to hit that 4 rounds. Now, we have a baby that's in a crate. No, we have a puppy. We have a puppy
She
in a
likes
crate.
to go in the crate.
We got our baby in a crate. We have a puppy in a crate, which hopefully should be okay. With that. But we also have a baby that's asleep, which if the baby wakes up, Sarah may disappear. And have to do that. I'll finish up the video. But that's kind of like life. So hopefully we can rock it through. Hopefully it's early enough in the morning that we can make this happen and get through all of it before the action kicks in the house. For you, maybe it's in the evening is when your best time is, once the kiddos go to sleep, especially if you're doing homeschool and things like that. You may need to carve out just a little bit of time before they start, or before they wake up, or after they go to bed. We're gonna try to come up with a workout maybe that we're doing with them. So you can, if you have people around, little ones and things like that, if they work out, that'll be entertaining to them. All right. Yeah, we'll skip the squat hold.
Yeah.
All right. Get your books ready.
Feel as though I should hold them not on the binding side.
Yeah, it'll be flappy.
Flappy.
Be flappy, yes. I was thinking that too. I'm doing the same thing. Hold on the side to keep the book closed. All right. 1 minute side raise. Go. So we were doing this without music. I might try to add a little bit of music in the background afterwards, but we're just gonna hang out. Do our side raises. So as you're doing this, make sure you don't go too high. All right, so you're not going higher than shoulder level there. Make sure you're not scrunching as you do it. Shoulders stay down and you're raising out to the side. If you want to cook it up more, don't go all the way down. Sarah's already doing that.
That was dumb though.
That was dumb. So the main goal here is to really get a strong, toasty feeling in those muscles, really tire out before we run out of time. All right? So we want to make sure that we're not smoking through this easy. Otherwise, it's not going to make much change or benefit to our body. Well, it's going to make some.
Who would have thunk?
5 seconds.
Okay.
All right.
Oh.
Now tip forward, same thing, essentially. Make sure you tip forward enough so it actually feels slightly different.
Any rest between this, or are we just going?
I'm just gonna try to stop my beat though. We're just going. So we're tipped over, squeezing back. Make sure again you're not scrunching. Not scrunching in there, tip over pretty good. Slight bend in the knees, raising out to the side. If you want to make it tougher, don't go all the way down.
Different kind of grip.
Oh yeah. I'm feeling that too. 15 seconds. Chest out, shoulders away from the ears. It's supposed to be a workout. Book work. Just doing some book work. Oh. Alright. I got tap backs. Alright. I'm gonna hug him for this one. Give my grip a rest for a moment. Same leg, over and over again. Alright, so if you got knee issues, try to tip more. So it's more of tipping forward, so that we were still loading the glute there, working through the hip. Alright, right in there. If you can, go for that more depth on that. Keep the shoulders down, chest out. So if you're hugging, but you're sticking the chest out while you're hugging. Kind of feel like classic old school kid going to school.
I know, I'm feeling high
Back
school right
and
here.
back and forth backpacks.
Yeah.
I just got my sack of blocks. 8 seconds. If you want to work it a little bit harder too, again, you can not go all the way up. That's a way to increase the fun. All right, other leg. sometimes when we have these exercises, they have one side and the other side. If it takes you a moment to start the first one, sometimes I do an extra rep into the second exercise because I know I lost some time with that first one. That's up to you. Nice. Hey, I want to see if I knock all the way up too. So when you don't go all the way up here, don't take the rest break. Alright, because as soon as you go straight with that leg, there ain't nothing happening. You're just standing there.
Whoops.
Just standing there could be good though, but I want to make sure we're getting the most out of our time. Both Sarah and I are fairly strong. You may get more tired, or less maybe you're stronger than us, but we do work out a little. Dig that heel in as you're doing this.
Yeah.
All right, what was next? The tricep, right? Oh yeah, plank tricep. Find a nice looking book for yourself. All right, come down to that plank, down the elbow. You got elbows and toes or elbows and knees, kicking back. Right in there, elbow stays high. You'll go from knees while I'm talking here. Now if you ever get too tired, drop your knees to finish. You don't want to spend too much time on toes because you still have the other arm to do it. You're still going to be holding the plank that whole time. We do want to still feature the tricep a little bit on this. Now go all the way up, but don't go all the way down. Try that. Oh yeah. Chest out, shoulders away from the ears. Make sure you're not popping up with the hips. Alright, other side. Oh, I'm gonna put my feet by Sarah. She's gonna like that. Look, his toys all over there. Alright. I'm here. At least they're not by your face, right? Alright.
Feet are my favorite.
She loves my feet. The hair on my toe knuckles. She just loves it.
Toe knuckles?
Yeah. I got hair there.
Yeah, I know.
Alright, we got 18 seconds. Oh, just knee ones here. Chest out. Try not to turn too much as you do it. Face the floor. If you really need to get tired, you can pop up to on the knees there. Alright, now we got the leg, the reach out abs here. Down here, I'm reaching out, kicking out, coming back in. If your neck is tired, you can set your head down as you do this. You do get a little more work with the head off the ground, but again, your neck might tire out there. That's true. I'm going to get a couple extra books there too. You can't even hardly see Sarah because she's hiding behind the couch.
Oops, sorry. I'm here.
She's there being sneaky. Keep the abs tight as you're doing, so when you reach out, this is the hardest working moment. Back here, you're tighten the abs, trying to make sure your back doesn't arch. Nice. Again, you can do it without the books to make it a little bit easier, and don't kick as far with the legs. Alright. Then we got the tempo squat. Alright. Hug time. Alright, come down with me. Halfway up. Back down. Push that butt back a little more. Chest out more. I gotta try not to be too quiet because I gotta make sure they can hear us. We gotta be just a little bit quiet. Up a little bit. Back down. Up a little bit. Back down. Slowly up. Don't go all the way up. Slowly back down. Slowly back up. Slowly back down. Up quick and right down slow. Slow down. Up. Slow down. Up. And rest. Alright. So we're rest break here. I didn't bring my water, did I?
I don't either. You wanna go get some?
Go drink your water.
You wanna get
Sure, and I'll talk to the camera by myself. I mean, I'll talk to all of these
some?
people.
Good.
Alright, so you got 35 seconds though. Can she get water in 35 seconds? We'll find out. Alright, so then we're gonna get back to the books again. Alright, so we're gonna hit the side raise is the next one that we have coming again here. Nice. Get my muscles fired up a little bit. Dude, what's that? Social distancing?
Oh. Well, technically. Told you we needed a bigger bed.
Told you to be a super king or something?
Yeah.
Alright, here we go. 1 minute side raise. Get the books. Standing.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oops, too high.
She's so excited.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm gonna read this entire nutritional healing book.
Yeah, we got a couple weeks. We might as well just read these books too.
I read chunks.
These are more reference books usually.
Mm-hmm.
No, you have to read the whole thing cover to cover. They're not mega entertaining. Gonna make it tough for the smaller ones. 15 seconds. What?
And then push-ups and shoulder circles.
You making fun of my noises?
I should be used to them by now.
Well, we work out different times usually, so we don't get the chance to work out together as often. Balancing kids and work and all that stuff. We take turns a bit on that. Oh, what are you doing?
That wasn't satisfying enough.
It was satisfying enough to hit me harder. Chest out, butt out.
Turns out I don't like these.
Oh, my grip. All right. Regroup if you need to. Shoulders away from the ears, chest out. Oh, should have got some smaller books. Hopefully you guys all have some random textbooks that you think you're going to refer back to someday, because that's kind of what some of these are. I was like, oh, this is great. I'll look at that sometime. I haven't too much yet. Just occasionally. Concordance is actually, but I have used that one. Some of the other ones I stopped reading once I didn't have a grade for it. Alright. Sinking down, squeezing up. If you can, try not to push off your back leg too much. Squeeze up using that front leg. Push the heel down and focus in on that side of it. You can get a lot more work just by being more deliberate in that action. Remember, just up on the knees, do more of a tipping action. Alright, so the knee, that front knee doesn't bend so much there as you're doing it. 10 seconds. Oh, yeah. Lovely. Other leg. I'm going to claim that I have a harder time because this is a fluffier carpet that I'm on top of, so I'm actually doing something more challenging than Sarah right now. It's a more unstable surface. Squeezing up there, tapping back. How far you tap back does change the difficulty. So if I come forward more so I have a little bit farther reach, I can get a little more challenge out of that. My legs are almost up and out of the room here. Make sure that front knee doesn't drift forward too much. Lean forward more. So if you were drooling, your drool would land on your toes. Alright. Nice, almost there. 4 seconds. Oh. Alright. I have that plank tricep. Find a nice book there.
Oops.
So remember, if you need to, if you get burnout on the plank, you can just hit the tricep in there too. All right. All right. And probably, depending on your strength level, you might have to do the small ones to really get that tricep cooking. Some of the studies that we looked at the conference we just went to was that you can gain strength and muscle even at higher rep ranges, but it's got to be hard. You really don't start activating the full muscle until you get tired. Oh, drop the knees, yeah. All right. It opens the jars really good after this. Our other side. Here we go. Kick it out. Try to keep the hips low. Oh boy. Chest out, abs in. 25 seconds. I'm gonna switch over to the knees. Oh, remember, you got the option to pop up, and it's not that I'm doing that because I'm tired, even though that's why I'm doing it. But if you need to, for posture's sake, pop up and do those elevated small movements in the back. Let's finish off with a good burn, last 5 seconds, I think. All right, kicking out abs. All right, so we're laying on our back. Run in here, reach out and come back up. Reach out, come back up. Keep the abs really tight, almost like you're trying to keep your tailbone off the ground. So you're almost trying to lift that tailbone as you kick out, which is harder work. I don't know what these kids are doing on the textbook. They're flying kites. They're developing as children very nicely. I guess we could just like open them up too while we're doing it. Alright. And we've got the tempo squat. Alright. Let's give it to the bottom for a moment here. Push that butt back. Slow on the way up. Down quick. We're gonna play with this a little bit. You're pushing the ground away from you. Hold it. Halfway. Hold that. Back down. Halfway up. Back down. Now slow both directions. Slow up. Slow down. Even slower. Try to follow me. Back up. Nice and slow. Back down. Hold it. And good. I thought about doing that one for 2 minutes instead of just one, but I thought we'd just be nice and do 1 minute of that. So 1 minute rest break, that's 2 rounds down, 2 to go. The last rounds are the best rounds. These are where we're tired. This is where some people will go, that was a good workout, I'm gonna quit now. Try not to do that. I mean, if your kid wakes up or something like that, you gotta do that. You know, but what are you gonna do? You got some time. You know, most likely you have the extra couple minutes. Let's do the full thing. 2 more rounds.
Gain
15
in
seconds.
some time, because you don't have the studio drive time.
That's right. You got more time if the studio's closed.
Stretch a little longer.
That's right. You could do 2 workouts a day. Double sessions. All right, grab our books. We got that side raise. If it's funky in the shoulder at all while you're doing this, you can try to angle those books maybe upwards more. So you say like, you know, here instead of here. Here maybe a little bit tougher on the shoulder. It's good. But if it's any clicking or something like that, you can try the other angle. The other thing you can do is come slightly forward if you are having any shoulder challenges. Slightly forward with that motion, it will be a little bit better. I'll be joining Sarah here with the small ones. Oof. 25 seconds. You want more fun, try to kick those books out there. Oh, that's hard. It's gonna be soon. I can't see my watch. Oh, there we go. Alright, side raises from the bent position now. Side raise from the bent position. It's a PE work there.
No, I got to dance them.
I always did like that unit in gym. I know a lot of people didn't like the dancing unit. Did you like the dancing unit, Sarah?
I felt awkward.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I didn't hate it.
Whenever we did like the square dancing or anything like that, or like couples dancing, I remember my hands always sweating like crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, why are my hands so sweaty? It's like...
Then we had to do the tush push.
Shoulders away from the ears, chest out.
Achy breaky heart one.
13 seconds. Be strong in the finish. Oh. Nice. All right, tap backs. I'll come in here so you can see a little side angle here. You know, so I can invade Sarah's personal space. It's my job. My job as personal trainer, but at home, I am invade Sarah's personal space.
Yeah.
That's my job.
Along with Hope and Opal and Anna. That's all good.
It's good.
All good.
It's a good problem.
It is.
She could not have a husband, then she'd have less invasion that way.
I am blessed.
She has to say that though.
No, I don't.
She does say that in front, not in front of other people too though. Which makes me think she might actually think she's blessed.
I am.
Alright, other side. Try to push that chest out as you're doing it. Tip forward more to get more in the glute as we're doing this. Now I feel like I'm talking really loud right in Sarah's ear.
Yeah, I feel that too. Creepy breathing in my ear.
Sorry, I like to breathe. I'll try not to breathe as much. I'm trying to keep my breath so I can talk though. 12 seconds. Oh yeah. Get that squeeze, get that work. Front leg. Really focusing on that one. Alright. Get a book for tricep. If you happen to not find two books that are the same size, maybe each round do a different one.
Oh, I gotta go.
You liar. That wasn't a monitor. Alright, here's 20 seconds. Chest out. Oh, I caught myself slouching. When that book goes back, try to stick your chest out more. Other side. probably like this one. She wouldn't mind doing some of this work, but typically when she's up, the other two are really active too. So sometimes it's easier to do this when there's less activity in the house. Okay, it's always easier to do this when there's less activity in the house. All right, 25 seconds. All right, if you haven't dropped an inch, you could now. Remember, you do the option to pop all the way up. Now, if you do all the way up, go up to hand. And if you're still getting triceps, if your abs are too tired, come up and do that tricep kickback right in here. All right, kick out abs. We're getting there. It's like a workout. But really, it's those last steps that matter more than the first ones. Although really, doing anything is way better than doing nothing. Doing a little bit more is a little bit more better though. A lot of times we need enough volume, which is how many reps under load and how many sets that we're doing. We need enough of those to make a bigger difference to our bodies. If you find yourself arching your back, try to tighten up on those abs more. Try to keep the leg up higher instead of as far out. Up in there. All right. Tempo squats. Let's start off with the slow ones this time. Slow down. Slow up. Slow down.
Can you count?
I said that one velvety, didn't I? Slow down. Slow down.
I was wondering if you could count to 10 backwards for us.
Halfway up? I could. Up for 10? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. And up. The beep is in charge. Quick sip of water here. One more set. One more. All right. It's our time to really go for it now. Final set. Really challenge those muscles really good. Or really well, I guess is technically what we should do. Should challenge them well. I still claim I'm from Texas. I spent 6 years there. I can say good and fixing and all that. We're fixing to get started in about 5 seconds. I reckon. Side raise. I can just back behind her. It makes like some cool like multi-arm thing. Ooh. Can't even tell where one person stops, the other one begins. Well, at the same time, isn't it? All right. Sorry about that, everybody. It's just things I think about.
It was good. I found it oddly enjoyable. Times are tough.
That's usually how she finds most time with me. It's oddly enjoyable.
Jeremy. Oddly enjoyable.
Well, last couple seconds. I'm gonna put that on my Facebook for that way, like a little description of yourself or whatever. Yeah, oddly enjoyable. Who am I? My father? No. I'm just
Get raising. Get raising.
I'm oddly enjoyable. Chest out, butt out. I'm gonna make it harder. Don't go all the way down. It's our last set of these. Really good posture work, but make sure it's done in good posture. Don't raise so high that you start twisting your shoulder. You're gonna be kicking through on here. Chest is out. 20 seconds. Small ones. Here we go. Final kick. Small little ones. Boy. Books are heavy. Tap X. I'll look up joy. Here. Does God ever say oddly enjoyable in the Bible? I guess I could look. I'm pretty sure he doesn't. Press down through the heel. Alright, I can make it tougher and go all the way up. Focus on that front leg. The more you think about it, the more work you can create in that leg. Pushing that heel down. Think about the muscles, the quads, the hamstrings, the butt. Pressing into the floor slowly, pulling you out. If you're popping up fast, you're probably not using the right muscles. Alright, other side. You want to kick a little something different, you could hold the book out to your eye. I downsize my books because my shoulders are tired. We'll say I'm not downsizing her books. Make sure it's not going to your neck though. Alright, so shoulders still away from the ears. Don't reach out with as far as you can, because that usually gets your neck. Reach out, leaning forward. Taking that heel in. 6 seconds. Alright, tricep.
What?
Tricep, right?
Oh. I'd like to forget that one.
Yeah, me too. We can. Just a few minutes. We can forget it. But we'll always enjoy the results. Or maybe not always, we gotta keep working out. I wish you could do one workout and maintain it forever. Chest out, abs in tight. 20 seconds left. Smoke that tricep. Shoulders down and back. I'm saying it as I fix it on myself. Other side. Oh, we're halfway there. It's about 123. I'm getting quiet now, I'm getting tired. Last few seconds, come on. Kick out abs. Join the triceps. Almost through the workout. Kick it out. Come back in. Kick it out. Back in. Abs in tight. Put that thought into it. Pull in your triangle. You missed some of the fun, but Denise and Kelly Davis there, they joke around about pulling that in sometimes. So if you guys are watching, pull in your triangle. Pull it in. I don't know why, but my eyebrows always go up. Well, not always, but a lot of times they go up when I put my triangle in.
That's what's happening.
It's not attached. All the way down. Hold it. Push back. Squeeze the knees out. Pull the floor apart between your feet. Come halfway up. Hold there. Back down. Flex your legs as hard as you can at the bottom. Flex them hard, flex them hard. Now flex them as you move. Now slow. Come down slow, keep flexing your legs while you move. One more just for fun. Slow up. Slow down. Flex them as you move. Hold it. Hold it. Alright, good. You're done with those books. Yeah. Alright, let's go and do our stretches together here, alright? Make sure we spend that stretch time in here. Alright, lay it back. Pull one knee in. Don't be tempted to skip this part. This is the part that makes you feel younger. You don't want to miss out on that. I should probably change the timer to another minute on each one. Alright, other side. Usually do 30 seconds for each stretch here, and I'll get that switched over here. Pull that knee in. Press that heel away from you on that down leg. So legs on the ground, push that heel away. Stretching in the hip on that front leg. Could be groin a little bit. Could be on the inside, could be the upper hamstring, or in the hip. Alright, cross ankle over the knee. Reach through, grab that bottom leg, pull it towards you. It's our chance to connect with our breathing again. If you're catching your breath enough, start breathing through your nose more. I'm doing lots of talking, so it's tough for me to do that. But you can do that. Stretching. Alright, other side. Cross ankle over the knee, reach through, grab that bottom leg, pull it towards you. Try to keep your tailbone on the ground. Tailbone on the ground will help that stretch stay in the hip. Yes. Good stretch. It's funny how little we take our body into the range of motion it was actually designed for. And it just tightens up over time. So our stretch is an opportunity to use some of that range of motion. If you get too dizzy, bend back over. There's no need to pass out in here. Speaking of, when possible, try to work out with somebody else. And that way if you ever do have a trouble while you're working out, there's somebody else there. But if you are working out by yourself, just pay attention to how you're feeling. Alright, put that elbow up in the air, abs in tight. Other side. My shirt doesn't seem quite long enough. Not quite doing it. Or maybe my shorts are too low if I just Fix,
No.
fix those up. Look at that. That works.
Don't be tiny short guy.
Roll them a few times. Stretch awkwardly in front of Sarah. Chest out, butt out, tipping in here, stretching along the hamstring. Get a strong tip in there. This one could be fairly uncomfortable, still be okay for you there. If you can, you can try to flex your quad. The principle of reciprocal inhibition plays in there. So when you flex one side, it tends to relax the other side. That's all that cool word means. I gotta say those things occasionally so you know I'm like a professional. Alright, chest out, butt out.
What about like armpit orange juice?
Armpit orange juice is very professional.
Yeah.
Alright, chest out, butt out. It's a good one. I actually picked that one up at the conference.
Did you?
Somebody used that one.
I bet.
And I was like, that's mine now. I'm keeping that one. Alright, hip stretch there. Kick one leg back. Stretching in through there. Pressing that heel back. Stretching out the front of the hip there. Imagine you have a little belt buckle on. Tip those hips up towards you. And as you're doing this, make sure you're not, if you imagine your hips are a bucket, you're not spilling water out of the front of the bucket. Pick up the front of the bucket there. And then reach that heel back behind you to get that stretch there. Alright, other side. Usually what I'll do is I'll start with my heel up higher. I'll set my hips and then I'll kind of start pressing the heel back more. Kind of goes down a little bit as I press it back. But that allows me just to dial in that stretch just that little bit more. The extra. Ideally, make sure your toes aren't turned out on this one. Your hip flexor will try to get you to turn out. Almost turning in a little bit is going to be a stronger stretch for the front of that hip there. Alright, quad stretch. So find a wall or something nearby. Grab a hold of the ankle there, point that knee down. Abs in tight. Get that good strong stretch. This one you do not want to use the principle of reciprocal inhibition on. Do not flex your hamstring because it's likely to cramp from this position. Alright, so just sometimes you notice when you're trying to reach up, if you have a tough time, your hamstring will grab. Try to make that grab as quick as you can. You don't want to flex the hamstring too much from that position. It's cramp central right there. Alright, point that knee down, push the hips forward, puff the chest out a little bit. Well, it's been a pleasure to exercise with you, Sarah.
Oh yes, ditto. And oddly enjoyable.
Oddly enjoyable. Oddly enjoyable. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
Alright, let's do a little calf stretch. Don't be picking up dust out of here.
I saw it.
This is the problem when you work out at home. You
I know.
start looking around and go, oh, I should do that. Press that heel towards the ground. Bend that front knee. On that back foot, make sure those toes are turned in a little bit so you get the maximum stretch. Oh, yes. If you're doing a lot of walking, and a lot of you guys are hitting the walking a lot just to avoid being stir crazy, make sure you stretch there too. Use that as a warm up for a really good stretch. I think of that particularly with the calves because I think there are a lot of injuries that come up because calves get too tight. Walking in itself doesn't lengthen them that much. You need some stretch time. Pressing that heel down. Alright, chest stretch. Arm up on the wall. Shoulders away from the ears, chest out. The foot that's farther from the wall, stepping forward. And you're turning away. Ah, boy. Puff the chest out. Try to fill your rib cage as much as you can. Really puff up that rib cage and that'll get you a better stretch across the chest there. Make sure your shoulder's not popping up or else you're going to feel it in your shoulder too much. If you're feeling it in your shoulder, stop doing it. Stop doing it, it's no good. Also, if you feel it going down your arm, not good. Not good. Across the chest is what we're looking for. Puff that chest out, shoulders down, turn away, and do a dramatic arm sweep. pretty good. Put that cord in the way there.
Mhm.
It's our studio lighting.
Mhm. Probably glowing right now.
Yeah, you are. But you're always glowing.
Right, I am. Yeah, a little ray of sunshine.
All right. Thanks for spending the time with us. Hopefully you got some good exercise in there. Nobody woke up here, so that was good. And you guys keep trucking. Keep trucking. You know, this is it's about what you keep doing. You know, that matters there. All right. So keep some consistency going in there. Keep the habit alive. You know, and stay positive. Stay positive. We're gonna get through this time. You know, we will do the best you can for those around you, and make the best of it. There's some learning. There's some opportunities for little mini adventures, different things like that. Get creative. It's again, the Tony Robbins quote keeps standing out to me right now. You know, it's not a lack of resources; it's a lack of resourcefulness. When we have less resources, we can't travel around. We can't distract ourselves with different things. You know, we've got to be more resourceful, and we can do that. All right, have fun. Be safe.
You.
We miss you. God bless.